I didn't want to be subject to everything that's happening around me. I want my vibrational frequency to be aligned with my 3D reality, and that to be the main driving force in my reality. Hello everyone, welcome to the video. When I was walking through the woods earlier today, I was just thinking about several things, and I've noticed that my consciousness has expanded quite a bit from the beginning of my spiritual awakening until now. It's been about a few years, and I feel a lot better, and I would like to share a few things that I've learned along the way. And one of the first things I want to talk about is identity and ego. And this has been a big thing for me and some of the other people in my life, is that some people identify with the depression they have, the anxiety, the lack of confidence, the self-hatred. And I had a lot of these things earlier on in my life. And when I was younger, I really didn't understand that you could really evolve and grow as a person. You can become a completely different person. And early on in my life, I had more of a victim mentality, a little bit more. And I had a lack of confidence there, a lack of, self-trust, self-love, and a lot of anger and depression. And when I awakened for the first time ever, I was like, wow, this is actually not me. I identified with those emotions, those feelings, and we don't necessarily have to identify with them anymore, especially when we become conscious, when we awaken, we notice those things a lot more, they stick out. And then we can start to work on ourselves and do self-improvement and things like that. And once we become conscious of our ego or our victim mentality, then we can keep that in check. So when those thoughts come up, when the ego starts to flare up a little bit, when the victim mentality starts to flare up, we get to, keep that in check faster and faster. And over time, we get better and better at it. But in the end, when we know that we become more conscious, we don't necessarily have to identify with that anymore. We are looking at it as an observer. We are the observers of our reality. And at that point, we notice that we can just be here. We can just be, we can observe, and be in the present moment. We don't necessarily have to be totally entrenched in everything in this reality. And it's very freeing, and it opens you up to the oneness of the universe, the oneness of the present moment. So you feel as one with the earth, as one with the galaxy, the universe, and it feels really good. You feel connected to everything that is, and that almost feels really good, because early on in my life, I felt closed off. I had my blinders on, and then when you spiritually awaken, you expand and become one, and it actually does feel awesome. And one last thing I want to talk about before I end this video is earlier on in my life and early on in my spiritual awakening, I used to think that I was a victim to my circumstances, to my environment. And once I started to become conscious of self-love and things like that, I started to notice that things started to shift for me, and that my outer reality is dictated by my vibrational frequency, and I wanted to make that the case. I didn't want to be subject to everything that's happening around me. I want my vibrational frequency to be aligned with my 3D reality, and that to be the main driving force in my reality. And once you notice this, things start to happen for you instead of against you. The universe is working for you, it's working with you, you are one with it. And it's very empowering to know that you can be in this state, the flow state of love, of light, and overall just creation in general. See, we are no longer subject to what's around us, or the environment around us. We are the main driving force. We are the ones that create the environment around us. So with this new sense of knowing, if I'm in a bad location, a bad environment, I know that I'm worth it to go somewhere else that is in a better environment. So that right there, that shift right there, it responds to who I am inside. So I go to the place that is more high vibrational for me, that is best for me. And it's not what's best for other people or subject to what other people do. You are the main driving force in your reality. What I say is trust yourself, give yourself the benefit of the doubt, find that confidence within you, because no one else is going to do it for you. You're going to have to fight for your happiness and your happiness alone. I didn't know that you could be a really unconfident, depressed person and become confident and happy. And I have done that, and it feels way better. Even if you don't know what's going to happen in the future, you don't know what's going to happen next, or you don't know where to go next, you are in that flow state of, I know where I'm going, I'm confident and what I'm going to do. I don't know exactly where it's going to lead me or exactly where I'm going to go, but I'm taking it one step at a time and I'm being in the present moment. That's the most important. It's almost like thinking of your light, your vibrational frequency is carving away through this earthly plane, through the fabric of the universe, the fabric of space. And you are going to get to where you want to go. But you are going to be the one that has to do it. You're going to be the one that has to make the action steps and the one that has to make the steps forward to go forward. And the cool thing is you're going to surprise yourself along the way. Surprise yourself of how far you've come. You're going to be proud of yourself of what you've accomplished or how far you've gone with your vibrational frequency once you start doing this. You will be amazed at the changes, the expansion in your consciousness, the way that you act, the way that your vibrational frequency is. And this is all I wanted to share today. And let me know what you guys thought in the comments, because this stuff is really interesting to me. And that's going to be the end of the video. And until next time.